Hello everybody, welcome to Garrett the Gamer channel. My name is Garrett. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing is a game called Sunless Skies, the Sovereign Edition. I don't know why it's called Sovereign Edition. All I know is this is Sunless Skies. I've been wanting to play this game for a long time actually. Let's get started to what this game is about. So as it says, I'm on Steam. I'm playing this off of Epic. I normally recommend it off of Steam. Link description below is on Steam. It says for the description, sail the stars, betray your queen, murder a son. Alright. Sunless Skies is a gothic horror game, role-play game with a focus on exploration and exquisite storytelling. I'm pretty sure that's exquisite. It's steampunk, Lovecraftian, exploration, RPG. Also, when I scroll down a little bit more, it says adventure, indie, RPG. It is an indie game, so that is why we're playing this for Indie Fall. The developer and publishing is Fell Better Games. Fell Better Games has done Sunless Sea, Mask of the Rose, and Sunless Skies. I mean, there's not really much besides the fact that... Is YouTube working? Okay, there it is. Like, please tell me YouTube's working. So, if this game looks familiar already from the get-go, we have done Sunless Sea once before. Actually, I think we were at, like, part 23. It was the first live stream I ever did on the channel. Want to go check it out? I don't have any links, but if you type in, I guess, Gary the Gamer with Sunless Sea, you'll probably find it. Let's begin with a new game. Begin a new game. If you die, you can only continue with a new captain, legacy campaign, or if you die, you can reload or continue with a new captain. So this was similar to Sunless Sea. I believe there wasn't really much of a choice in Sunless Sea. It was the legacy campaign. Once you died, you died. You have to start over with another captain. So we're gonna go merciful since this feels... I don't like this, guys. Sunless Sea, I didn't like it because of this. You know, I like the gameplay and such. Merciful campaign, let's go. Aiming assist. Only a few player weapons are arc towards targets. Okay, enemy projectile speed. You can adjust this. Stately, measured. Let's go standard. Supply consumption. Fuel and supplies are consumed at the default rate. This is the part that I didn't like about Sunless Sea. I wished I could have been like thrifty. Like, ooh. Now that's better, but let's go standard. I feel like we're gonna die like the opening, like 30 minutes. Enemies won't pursue you forever. If you are outmatched, try running away. So difference, we're not on a boat, we're on a train. Log of Her Majesty's locomotive, the Orphean, March 14, 1905. Our expedition to the domains of the dead has been eventful. The Orphean is damaged and in grievous need of repairs and supplies. We are returning in haste to the Reach, where I hope to make port at New Winchester. May God be with us for 1,000 deaths. Wait, in the sky. I can't read fast. Chill, game, chill. Fell Better Games presents my eardrums. Okay, thrust, brake, turn left, turn right. Blue Kingdom Transit Relay. Oh my goodness. Should I turn it down for you guys? I'm going to turn it down a little bit more for you guys. That was loud. There, I hope that's better. No, that's a different one, Garrett. I keep getting confused. There's one for Discord and there's one for the game. It would help if I clicked the right one, right? Okay. Blue Kingdom Transit Relay. It shows my captain in the bottom right. I guess I'll just change my camera. What, top right? No, because I'm pretty sure top left is preferred. Gotcha. Professional streamer here. The hold. Your hold. This shows your current cargo and any prospects you've accepted. You can also change your locomotive's equipment here while in port and jettison your unwanted cargo while in port or otherwise. Disabled advice or hide advice? We're gonna hide it for now. Possessions. The inventory. Ooh, there's a scroll down. Oh gosh. Your possessions, anything that doesn't take up space in your hold, generally because it's small or entirely metaphysical, appears here. Like maybe key items or something. Yeah, something like that. The hold, your hold, this shows your current cargo and any okay, no. This, so it's gonna go in. It's gonna like keep getting more and more longer and longer. So this is my minimum safe manning number. So if my numbers go from 8 down to 6, I'm okay still. Anything below 6, like 5, I'm in trouble. It's happened. Okay, yeah, this is similar to Sunless Seas, except for there's a little bit different stuff here, like armament slots. Scout slot, auxiliary bridge, plating, the shivering jemmy. Not exactly sure what a jemmy is. I'm assuming it has to do with the engine. Yeah. Ramshackle engine dating from the first days of London's settlement. Jettison cargo. What does that mean? Does that mean that Oh, I'm assuming this means that I will throw this overboard. I don't think I want to do that. Anyways, profile. Your profile, this records all aspects of your captain's abilities, accomplishments, and reputation. So basically, you are RPG element. Events, reputations, yada, yada, yada. Journal. Your journal, this keeps track of your progress in any opportunities you're pursuing. Like, this is the main mission. Officers. Your officers, use this tab. I like how they keep saying your. Use this tab while in port to appoint them, or at any time to talk to or otherwise interact with them. I don't have any officers. That's great. Chart tab. There's a map. Oh, yeah, that's right. There was a map in Sunless Sea, too. The problem with Sunless Sea was I couldn't figure out where to go, and it feels like it's the same way. We got the options. Don't need to talk about that. Tutorial. Who needs tutorial? I'm gonna hide that. All right, let's proceed with caution. You have returned to the Reach, an untamed sunless span of the heavens, London's new frontier, a celestial garden run wild. March 16, 1905. Dodge left and dodge right. It uses steam, though. Your journey back from the Blue Kingdom was tumultuous. Your locomotive is damaged and Captain Whitlock badly wounded. My goodness, this is loud. As first officer, the crew look to you. The nearest station is New Winchester. Can you get the Orphean there safely? March 16th, 1905. Cruise control. There's cruise control? Nice. Much to the relief of your stokers, you find a barrel of fuel among the detritus? I'm not sure what that means. March 16, 1905. March 17, 1905. A wreck drifts here, less fortunate. The wreck of the Ozymandias. The wreck hangs in the sky, poked with recent gunfire. You and the boarding party don your sky suits, garments of waxed canvas lined with felt to protect against the cold of the sky. 2 of the crew are whispering as they dress. What business did Captain Whitlock have in the Blue Kingdom anyway? Why the devil did we trespass on the districts of the dead? You silence them. Now's not the time. Leap across to the wreck. The gap between the 2 engines isn't wide, but the endless fathoms of heaven gape beneath it. Continue. Leading the way. You jump, your stomach lurches with vertigo as the stars ablaze above you and below. The air of the heavens is thin and torn by unpredictable winds. Then your boots hit the running board of the Ozymandias, and your leather-gloved hands fumble for a hold. One of your companions throws you a line, and you lash the 2 engines together. Only then do the rest of the boarding party follow you. One of them forces open an exterior hatch, and you clamber inside. Ooh. Her interior is cold, unlit, and whistles with wind. Your party's lamps spread buttery light over the narrow, paneled passages. You make your way towards the hold, stepping over bodies crumpled in the corridor. Unfortunately, your way is blocked. A bulkhead has been mangled inward by a well-aimed barrage. Either clear the obstruction away, you locate a length of pipe to use as a pry bar and set to work. This will test your iron skill. Iron is the skill of confronting and overcoming. Or lead your party on a more precarious path. Go back out onto the Ozymandias hull, climb past the blockage, and enter through a window on the far side, and do so carefully. Veils is the skill of deceiving and evading. So this is basically me choosing what I would want to do. I either do iron for this iron skill for confronting and overcoming, or I get the veils, which is deceiving and evading. There's going to be a lot of reading, letting everybody know. I think we're going to go with this one. We're going to be more of the evading. I don't think I really want to deceive, but evading, Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Success. In memory, the rest of the boarding party follow you without enthusiasm. You recall the first time you climbed outside an engine, helping the captain fix a leak in an exterior pipe. The wind had shrieked, buffeting at you. You asked the captain what would happen if you slipped. You fall, she said. She answered tersely. But where to, you asked. She looked down, then up, then back. The sky's depths spiraled all about you. Away, she said, and you heard her fear. I'm not sure what that means, but back in the present, you tumble back into the Ozymandias through a shattered window. Your party spill in after you, glad to be back inside. You have reached the Ozymandias hole, a ruin of smashed cargo and spilled supplies. Hopefully somewhere amidst the detritus, you can find parts to repair the Orpheon and restock your stores. Conduct a thorough search. Your companions work quickly. The Ozymandias' hull has begun to creak. Your actions on board may have compromised its integrity. Renewed. You find enough food and gear to restock your supplies and enough spare parts to make necessary repairs to the Orpheon. The food will need to be thoroughly thawed, of course, but you've eaten worse than in the skies. "Oh-ho!" cries one of your party, prying the lid off a large crate. It holds a cannon, still nestled in straw. Another crewman pulls a battered birdcage from a pile of ruined cargo. Within the cage, something winged and furred opens a sullen eye. You examine your finds. I now have gained 4 supplies and no, I have now 4 supplies and I've gained 15 times whole, new total 30. I'm assuming that's my health. Okay. Osmandias emits a long, juddering creak. Your boarding party exchange nervous glances. From the chaos of its hold, you have retrieved repairs and supplies and discovered some useful equipment. A gun that could be mounted on your locomotive and an educated bat. Okay. I'm not sure what's so educated about the bat. I can either mount the Jerusalem cannon on the Orphean. Her own weapons were damaged during your flight from the Blue Kingdom that leaves you vulnerable. You can claim both this and the bat. Or liberate a diffident bat and employ it as a scout. The heavens are wide, so locomotives use scouts, like bats, to locate things of interest, ports, resources, wrecks like this one to scavenge. You can claim both this and the cannon. Oh, so wait. I thought they were saying bat like, you know, a baseball bat. I wasn't expecting an actual bat. Or return to the Orphean. It is too dangerous to stay. I cannot do that, so I have to do both of these. I kind of want to do this one, then this one. Either way, we're going to claim both of them, right? Let's just go liberate the bat. The bat treats its... Oh, so eyes in the sky. The bat treats its rescue as an inconvenience and immediately begins haggling over pay. What? You offer to put it back in its dang cage and leave it on the Ozymandias, at which point it becomes more polite. You doubt it will last. It's a diffident bat, all right. All right. Ozymandias, and let's let's mount the Jerusalem cannon. Fire and Fury. The Cotterell and Hathersage Jerusalem fires single shells to a good range, more or less accurately. You order 2 of your party to get it back to your vessel and fit it immediately. The Osmandias groans again. The structure shudders spasmodically. You now have 1 Cotterell and Hathersage Jerusalem. Anything else? Press on to the engine room. You might find more fuel there, but you had better hurry. The Osmandias is beginning to tear apart. This is not without risk. Or return to the Orphean. It is too dangerous to stay. I'm a risk taker, guys. Let's go it. The wreck of the Osmandias screeches as its metal buckles and tears. You press on through the shuddering corridors, searching frantically for the engine room. Send a smaller party ahead to retrieve fuel. It's foolish for all of you to go. Send your quickest and lightest to retrieve the fuel while the rest of you return to the Orphean. I need to... For this one, his hearts is the skill of convincing and enduring. Or go yourself in conducting a... Oh, there's another one too, but... And conduct a hasty search. Send the rest of the boarding party back to the Orphean and go on alone. Mirrors is the skill of investigating and deducing. You know what? I would go myself. Success, yes. In the nick of time, the wreck's engines are chalked with old ash. You search swiftly, aware of every creak in the bulkhead, every tremble that runs through the dead locomotive. Finding several sacks of coal, you drag them to an exterior hatch and fling them across to the Orphean before leaping after them. Unshackling your locomotive from the Osmandias, you stoke your engines and steam away, restocked, refueled, repaired, and rearmed. I've gained 2 more fuel, new total of 4. Oh my goodness. Let's continue. Press F to send out your scout. Cost supply. But why would I do that right now, though? All I did was shot. Summoned by Captain Whitlock. The walls of the captain's cabin are lined with a hodgepodge of curios from across the sky. Captain Whitlock lies in bed. Black marks cover her skin like a monstrous brand. When she coughs, coils of acrid smoke pour from her lungs. Inquire after the captain's injuries. The locomotive's doctor attends her. His lips are tight. What? What does that mean? Approach the bedside. The captain opens her eyes as you draw near. She attempts to smile. Okay, let's inquire after the captain's injuries. The brand, a word of living fire, pursued the Orphean across the Blue Kingdom. It caught you just before you passed through the transit relay to the Reach, and set its brand upon the captain. It's burned itself right through her, the doctor whispers. When I closed the worst of her wounds, I could see the sign is seared into her bones and her organs. Judging from her symptoms, it's on the inside of her lungs, too. The captain leans to one side and vomits a plume of fire into a copper bowl. There is nothing the doctor can do. I don't think the captain's gonna do much, guys. I guess we approach the bedside of the captain. A final command. Oh, that's the mission, I guess. Her mouth is blistered from the blue fires that dance on her tongue. Her hand grips your arm. Her skin is hot as a kettle. Made arrangements. The Orphean will be yours. Her voice is just a rasp of burned meat breathed. But promise. She breaks off to scream a word in a language that was not made for human mouths. Okay. When she resumes speaking English, she is weaker. Her request little more than a gasp. Promise me one last service. Promise. What? What's service? Promise her you will obey her last command. Whatever it is, you'll see it done. Make no promise. Tell her to rest. She will need her strength. There is a hospital at New Winchester. They can help her. Pull away. What if her condition is contagious? Exactly. Or demand to know why she took the Orphean to the Blue Kingdom. It was folly to visit one of the lands of the dead. Now you are all paying the price. She's on her deathbed, basically. I'm thinking either one of these two. I don't think I want to pull away just yet, but on the other hand, I'm like, why did the captain come over here? Then again, I might be thinking about this one. I guess we'll do this one, right? She's on her deathbed, I guess. She sinks back, relieved. All in my will, she grasps. Be a better. She breaks off to as the sigils burned into her bones flare, glowing cherry, red through her flesh and skin. Better captain than I. The effort exhausts her. She sinks back into the scorched pillow in a twisting, frantic fever. Summoned by Captain Whitlock. The walls of the captain's cabin are lined with a hodgepodge of curious Take your leave. You have an engine to command. What? I'm confused. The captain was fine like a minute ago. Now she's like dead? Other business. You leave the cabin in the scorched stink of its air behind and return to the bridge. New Winchester is further than you'd like, and the captain hasn't long left. Can I now shoot? This is an interesting fight. It's like playing World of Warships all over again. Howdy, Luke guy. How's it going? Man, why is everything in this game like a choice base? The Reach Marauders is defeated. You prepare to board the buckled wreckage, poised to plunder the plunderers. Behind you, someone is humming a song of victory. Raid the remains. Marauders pillage homesteads and hunt travelers all across the Reach. They often carry stolen valuables or strip it for repairs. Scavenge the Marauders' plating and components to repair the damaged Orphean. I need to raid the... well... I'll raid the remains. Ill-got gains. Your boarding party returns with wallets and watches, cufflinks, lockets, and keepsakes. You store them in the safe to be pawned when, if you make it back to port. We got 34 more sovereigns. Ouch. Hold on, hold on. Hold on. I just remember there's a dodge feature. Gosh, I got stuck again. I'm almost dead. Lovely. Strip it for repairs. I need all the health here. Putting it to use, your engineers scour the remains of the Marauder for intact parts. Even before its defeat, it was rusting and ricketing. Its plating a patchwork of reclaimed steel and repurposed bronze wood, but enough can be salvaged to repair some of the damage to your own locomotive. I gained 5 more hull, total of 6, and I'm almost dead. It's fun times. New faucet available and narrow escape. I'm assuming that's achievements. You've little food left now. Soon hunger will begin to bite. March 19th, 1905. You are leaving the tutorial area. You're about to leave the tutorial area without completing the initial story. You can continue if you wish. Abandon the story. You will be asked to answer some questions about your captain. Alternatively, you can remain, visit New Winchester, and continue the story. Okay, I'll just continue the story. As you were, make your way to New Winchester to conclude the tutorial. You can use your scout to locate it if you haven't already. I didn't know I was exiting the tutorial. How does one launch the scout again? What is that? I'm assuming it's going to be over here then. It's sad that I can only go this quick though. In Sunless Seas, there was multiple things that you could do. Like, you can speed up the ship and such. I wonder if I have to get a better engine to do this. Some tells me this is it. March 20th, 1905. A distinct clamor of engine guards and accretion of smog on the windows. A new port captain. Your crew crowds to the windows. March 20th, 1905. New Winchester. I gained experience. Arrival at New Winchester. You coast into the bustle, the din, the soot, and the steam of Wolvesey Station. It is clogged with other engines, scrapping, mining locomotives from Lustrum Way. weathered explorers gleaming with frost, sleek company vessels with bright brass fittings. No sooner have you pulled into the sidings than a brusque station master bustles over. He requests to come aboard. I must speak with your captain, he insists, brandishing a ledger, the unusual formalities. Look to the Orphean's doctor. He has just appeared at your shoulder. His face is solemn. His hat is in his hand. He lowers his eyes. The passing. The crew exchange bleak, wordless looks. The Orphean itself feels suddenly more empty. The station master looks confused. You inform him that unfortunately Captain Whitlock has just passed. Ah, he says naturally, sorry to hear that. Very sad, very sad. He waits for what he considers an appropriate minute and a half-long continuing. Alas, even amidst tragedy, the cogs of bureaucracy must turn. If Captain Whitlock is deceased, the station authority require their answers from the first officer. He dons a set of spectacles and locates his pen. It will be relatively painless. Name, background, purpose of visit, etc. Shall we begin? Begin. Still tutorial. Whoa. Oh, this other stuff. Greet your captain. Today, London lies between the stars. Her new empire unfolds across the heavens. But 10 years ago, before the northern gate was opened, before the renewed Empress led her people into the skies, it lay in a vast cavern far beneath the earth, deep, dark, marvelous. Who were you then? A street urchin. No parents, no laws, no masters, but also no roof over your head, no money, and often no dinner. Freedom comes at a price. You will begin with high veils, the skills of evading and deceiving. A soldier, yours was not to reason why, yours was but to do and die. Man, that sounds like a poor way to go. You will begin with high iron, the skill of confronting and overcoming. A poet. The pen, the ink, the blank, monstrous page. You will begin with high hearts, the skills of convincing and enduring. An academic, a student of the sciences, the arts, and of philosophy. You will begin with high mirrors, the skill of investigating and deducing. Wow, there's more. A priest, hymns and hymnals, Sundays and sermons. You will begin with high hearts, the skill of convincing and enduring. A sailor, oh gosh, not this again. You roved the mournful, merciless waters of the Untersee. You will begin with high iron, the skill of confronting and overcoming. A ministry auditor. For a time you served at the Ministry of Public Decency, which has become Her Majesty's preferred instrument. You will begin with high mirrors, the skill of investigating and deducing, and a revolutionary. The world is broken, one way for the rich, another for the poor. You decided to do something about it. You will begin with high veils, the skill of evading and deceiving. I like the fact they have Zayler. Untersee. Oh gosh. That goes way back. I'm between these two. Poet and academic. Hard skill of convincing and enduring, or mirrors the skill of investigating and deducing. I feel like this would be great when I have to like barter and stuff. This is if there's like a problem that occurs, and yeah, I can do that, right? Enduring though. We're gonna go with the poet. I like this one. Creature captain. You were a poet. Poetry was popular in old London. Some poets sought fame, others art. Some simply enjoyed a bohemian company. Nice. Three preeminent artistic movements have come to prominence. Which are your works most associated with? The Celestials, the Nocturnals, or the Sovereign School? I guess we go through each one of them, huh? The Celestials. In Old London, they wrote nostalgically of the surface and the sun. Now they write of the stars and the treasures of heaven. Increase your mirrors, the skill of investigating, deducing, and affiliates you with Bohemia. The Nocturnals, a radical outlawed school that delights in freedom found in the dark. Increase your veils, the skills of deceiving and evading, and affiliate you with Bohemia. The Sovereign School, a new tradition born in the Empress court. Their works are patriotic, bombastic, and occupied with the iconography of time, clocks, and seasons, and sand, and so forth. Increase your iron, the skill of confronting and overcoming, and affiliate you with Bohemia. I kind of want to go with the one on the far right side, because I'm gonna need that. Confronting and overcoming. Let's go with it. Choose an ambition. What does winning mean to you? Wealth. You want a comfortable retirement, and by comfortable you mean extravagant. Many have made their fortunes out among the stars. Many more have failed, broken and lost in the drifting night. Will you be different? To win, gather a substantial retirement fund, acquire lodgings at a hub port, and retire. Which is what they wanted you to do in Sunless Sea. Sunless Sea had many different endings too as well, and that was one of them. Fame. You will immortalize your exploits in the song of the sky. For centuries, people have launched themselves into the unknown in the hope of making a name for themselves. You're sure you'll succeed. After all, you never heard of anyone who didn't. Gather stories of your exploits and write about them in New Winchester. Or the truth. Even the stars have secrets, but they won't keep them from you. A message from an old friend begins an unwise quest to learn a secret that the stars hide. What drives you? Curiosity, justice, insolence? Whatever it is, it will be tested. Be warned, this is demanding ambition, best played by a lineage that has already completed wealth or fame. So, as always, in Sunless Sea, there's like multiple endings. There's something on my microphone. There was multiple endings, and similarly to this, Sunless Sea, you had to figure out, you had to do multiple things, and you had to go from point A to point B, try to grab stuff. And once you had all your ducks in a row, you can go and, I guess, the truth option like this, and to do that. So this is basically the winning condition for the game. I would like to do the truth, but I doubt that's going to happen. So either wealth or fame. I'm going to go with... I feel like the easiest one's going to be wealth. Let's go wealth. And we can apparently change our appearance. What's hat one? Hat one is hat none. I want the captain's hat. You can get none hair? Oh my goodness. Oh, you could go with the, like the sideburn mullet. You can get long hair. I like is... I like this one. It looks more uniformal. How can you tell what brows you're doing here? Can you like... Oh, there's only... Okay, never mind. I thought there's only one, two. What the heck kind of outfit was that? Ooh. Nah. Well, I'm gonna go with this outfit. I like this outfit. No, but seriously, how can you tell what brows you have? It's confusing. Whoa, what is those brows? Oh, it's the monocle. Let's go with, I guess, 5. I'm not sure what 5 is. Nose? Why? We go with 4, I guess. Chin? Oh my. That got me really good. From this one to this one, its lip sticks out even more. Oh my goodness. We'll go Gen 3. Terms of address, specialist. This will determine what people call your captain, but your captain's gender is up to you. Doctor, professor, officer, archivist, principal, administrator, secretary, intendant, nurse, comrade, brother, sister, reverend, madam, sir, citizen, captain, my lord, my lady, specialist. Why principal? I guess why not, huh? I like is sir. Name is so original, right? Let's begin. Creature captain. You are poet, the sovereign school, wealth. There's me. My starting stats is gonna be big in the Hearts district, I guess. Let's start. Hull damage. Your hull is a little worse for wear. Try to repair it soon. You can do this for a small fee at New Winchester and certain other ports, or sometimes by salvaging from the wrecks of your opponents. I don't know why I disabled it. I could just hide it. The reading of the will. 3 weeks have passed. This morning, Captain Whitlock received a simple memorial service. Her body was consigned to a necropolis train bound for a serene mausoleum. Now you sit with a handful of her relatives in the threadbare offices of her solicitors. A methodical, there it is, methodical notary is reading the will. The captain was wealthy once, but squandered her capital on mysterious expenses before her expedition to the Blue Kingdom. Listen to the end. The captain's relatives, from whom she was mostly estranged, are clearly wondering why you are here. Well, thank you. I'm wondering that too. True to her word, in a final codicil, the notary announces Captain Whitlock confirmed that possession of the Orphean was to pass to its first officer. He peers at you with dry, gray eyes. This includes a certain black box contained in the Orphean's hold. Captain Whitlock's final request was that at a time of your choosing, you transport said box to an address in London. He hands you an address card and deposits it there. You are not to look inside. She gave no explanation, and that's it. You're captain now. The Orphean is yours. So I gained was Captain Whitlock's legacy. You can investigate the black box at New Winchester. You could take the box to London as requested, or you could sell it and be done. Okay. You have been bequeathed a large black box which once belonged to Captain Whitlock. You've gained 100 sovereigns. Why did I gain 100 sovereigns for my captain dying? Sounds weird. All right. Now we're finally in the port. Eventually, you know. Wolvesey Station, the clamoring central station of New Winchester, a place of steam and smut and thundering iron. Here you can find people willing to pay for a skilled captain's service. I can repair. Not repair. I saw repair your locomotive, and I said repair. I can read all this or not? I guess we will. Ooh. Wait, hold on. That's interesting. I like that touch. Explore the city. The smoggy, clanking, singing, stamping, thronging, frantic heart of the Reach. An ever-expanding port of soot-smudged glass and bright steel spilling across a drifting, mist-wrapped archipelago. Its factories thunder, its engine sheds ring with hammers and hiss with steam. Locomotives chug into sidings for repair or flare across the sky and away into the high wilderness. I can either do many of these things. An opportunity, learn about trading. Successful skyfarers fund their expeditions by dabbling in trade. Inquire whether there are any good trading opportunities available, which it looks like I need to pay for money. Hitting the microphone with my lips. Visit the Promise of Days, a club where seasoned captains gather to trade stories and share advice with young skyfarers. Or inquire about the Winchester War. How goes the war? Let's learn about trading. On the pedal trail, a porter at the station advises you to visit the nearby pub, the Promise of Days, and talk to the seasoned captains there. They keep their ears to the ground. They'll know about an opportunity or two. Visiting the Promise of Days is one of the options when exploring the city. A trading opportunity, visit the Promise of Days at New Winchester to learn of a profitable trading prospect. I guess we'll go visit the Promise of Days. Old pistons gleam on the walls. The shelves are crowded with mementos from across the sky. The clientele raise their voices to be heard above the comforting clamor of the adjacent engine yards. You may find helpful advice here. Introduce yourself to the seasoned captains. They are always happy to offer words of advice, sometimes many words. Or go elsewhere. You have no further business here. Or ask them how to make your fortune through trade. Between them, they've carried Navarretine gemstones from Letheria, souls to the Blue Kingdom, and raw hours to London. Have any tips? Have they tips? Learn about trade and how to find bargains and prospects. I guess we'll just introduce ourselves. Why not? Instructions. 4 are gathered at their on their usual table. The masked citizen, a labyrinthine polymath, and pioneer of the neo-nocturnal artistic school. The bedeviled didact, a scholar haunted by his discoveries, the plucky baroness, explorer, collector, philanthropist, and Meg, who hunts monsters. Of course, everything out here is jolly dangerous, says the baroness. Few risk the skies, so news of distant ports is valuable. Collect port reports from the places you visit and deliver them to Victory Hall or Company House. The more you turn it at once, the more they'll pay. So this is basically similar to like with Sunless Sea. In Sunless Sea, you had to get like requests, and some of those requests you had to go from point A to point B, and sometimes the requests, there was multiple quests that lined up with each other, and when you got back to that area with all those quests complete, you get a hefty bonus for all of it. Look for other opportunities on the way, advises the masked citizen. Passengers who want transport, rich men in need of bloody work, etc. I guess we'll ask them how their fortunes made through trade. All the didact says, fiddling with his innumerable talisman, an essential to topic. Meg slides you a stool, and the captains shuffle around to make room. The masked citizen buys you a drink of their own invention. It is violet and foggy. The plucky baroness gives you a brisk, encouraging grin. Ask away. Ask about markets. How can you buy and sell goods? Ask about prospects. Where might you learn of these opportunities? Trade opportunities. Ask them if they know of a good prospect available. In point of fact, I do, says the masked citizen, tapping an elegant finger on the elegant glass. Ask about bargains. Where can you buy goods cheaply? Ask how to expand the prospects and bargains available to you. How to put this delicately. Is there perhaps a way that a resourceful captain could prejudice circumstances in their favor? Learn about affiliations and the opportunities they present. Change the subject or bid them goodbye. I am not going to go through all these. We're going to ask them about the most important thing, which is affiliations. I think that's going to be one thing that we need to know before going further. Nepotism. May laughs, a noise like a sneeze crossed with a ricochet. It ain't who you is, it's who you know, innit? Nepotism. She taps her broken nose. Quite, the masked citizen remarks. The wider your circles, the more advantages, the opportunities that will present themselves. A wise captain makes the most of them. As your captain increases in level, your affiliations increase. Academ, bohemia, establishment, and villainy. They will unlock new, more rewarding bargains and prospects. Affiliations allow your next captain to inherit certain resources should the unthinkable happen. Well, I mean, majority of the time it will happen. All right, let's get out of here. Bid them goodbye. Other business. They bid you assorted variations of goodbye as you leave the smoke and hubbub of the promise. We can recruit the incautious driver. I specialize in test driving, but I'm looking for something quieter. I guess so. The driver indicates a crashed engine still smoking, like that without the screaming. Officers require a sign-on fee. Allow the driver to join your crew. What harm can it be? What harm can it do? This will get you a chief engineer who will increase your iron by 6, your hearts by 2, and your affiliation establishment by 1. Sure. I always need someone else. Brave or fearless? The driver boards, eager to get started. I recently parted ways with the Windward Company. They explain, personally, I think a crash a week isn't so bad. They disagreed. Oh well, live and learn. No. Opportunity. The fastidious inspector. Excuse me. Captain, a woman pushes through the crowds towards you. She is short and square-shouldered in a neat black suit and polished shoes. She shows you the case of her pocket watch. It is embossed with the crown and honor and hourglass of London's horological office. The body responsible for ensuring time is consistent across the empire. I'm hoping to book passage to Port Prosper, she says, slipping the watch away. I can, of course, pay. Offer her passage. Pay sounds promising, or decline. You're unavailable at the moment. I don't even know where she said Port Prosper. I guess we're going to find out where it's at then, huh? A new passenger. Thank you. The locomotive I was on broke down following a boiler rupture. The chief engineer's fault. Oh no. I suspect a gentleman fonder of brandy than of diligence. Here an initial sum to seal our bargain. Prosper lies to the southeast of New Winchester. So, okay. Not that there is such a thing as north, southeast, or indeed west out here. Instead, London cartographers picked 4 of the brighter, more reliable stars visible from the Empress's new palace and named them north, east, south, and west. Londoners value familiarity. So I don't even know where this is at then. You've gained 50 sovereigns. I lost 20, I gained 50, I guess. You are transporting a Fastidious inspector to Port Prosper. The Fastidious inspector has joined your engine. Gotcha. I can investigate the black box. Let's repair the locomotive. The engineers at the Wolvesey yards claim they can repair anything, whether the damage was caused by an unfortunate collision, a point blank salvo, or the charge of a crotchety cantankery. They'll fix it. Fully repair your hull. How much is this going to cost? 72. Restore your locomotive to a pristine condition. This will cost 3 sovereigns per point of hull you've lost. And have your hull partially repaired. A patch job will keep you flying for now. Repair 10 hull for 30 sovereigns. What's the worst that could happen? It looks like repaired all the way. Good as new. The mechanics, take pride in their work. Your newly returned engine is not just fully repaired, it gleams. I lost 72, baby. Let's go. Go elsewhere. I need to go. I guess let's ask about the war, huh? The slow-burning war for the Reach forms the backdrop to daily life in New Winchester. Citizens wishing to keep up with developments in the war turn to the New Gazette. It is famously the only newspaper worth reading in New Winchester, as well as the only paper that hasn't bankrupted itself. Its quality speaks for itself. Here you can read about the progress of the war, check your reputation with the factions, and who currently controls the Reach. Oh, that's kind of fascinating. Who currently controls the Reach? So we have to, think... We gotta think for the future of how we're gonna be dealing with certain factions. Specifically with controlling the Reach. Read about the current political situation in the New Gazette. A careful analysis of the balance of power in the Reach. You will learn who currently controls the Reach. Search the New Gazette for your name. Are they talking about you? What are they saying? You will learn about your reputation with the Tacketies and the Stovepipes. Or read about the latest news in the News Gazette. Thundering reports straight from the front lines. Learn about recent developments in the Winchester War. I guess we'll see who currently controls the Reach. The lay of the land. The Assembly runs New Winchester from Victory Hall and seeks to strengthen its hand in the Reach. London's proxy, the Windward Company, however, maintain a considerable presence in the Reach. Although New Winchester is still neutral ground, tensions are mounting within and without the port. Okay, let's search for my name, I guess. One's reputation. Your name does not appear in any of the Tackety-focused reporting on the war. Apparently, you are not considered worthy of comment. Wow. There is no mention of you among the stories about the Stovepipes. Recent fortunes, you are not of interest to them. Dang. Okay. Perhaps not. There's only a few things here. Ambition, wealth. It is not enough to be rich. One must be seen to be truly, lavishly, importunately wealthy. No. Let's go investigate the black box. Why not? Captain Whitlock left it to you in the hold of the Orphean. Her will described it only as a black box. A description you consider to be an unhelpful understatement. It is a casket of black basalt, longer than you are tall, unadorned with a single small recess that contains a keyhole. The thing must weigh most of a ton. It stands upright in a corner of the hold where the crew have pushed it out of the way. Consider what to do with it. Captain Whitlock had a specific request. Whether you obey it is up to you. Try to remember when Captain Whitlock acquired the box. It was the subject of speculation among the crew. Examine the box. It has the dimensions of a sarcophagus plundered from the tomb of some forgotten prince of Egypt. Sell the box as a curiosity. Without saying what's inside, you won't get much for the box, but at least you'll get it off your hands. The higher your affiliations, the better price you will receive. And there's other things here as well, like consult with an academic. He comes recommended by several acquaintances. He will give you his rarefied opinion. If you have any unusual trophy from your journeys to share with him, find someone who could open it from among your villainous associates. You are aware of a Lisbig cracksman who commands an adequate reputation and an affordable fee. Pick the lock yourself. It's a complex lock, but you've learned a useful secret or two in your time that might help you open it, or detonate the lock with a modest explosion. Heck yeah. You'll need to assemble a precise compound of explosives if you are to avoid damaging the contents of the box. I want to consider what I'm doing with it. Decisions. The last request of Captain Amelia Whitlock was for the box to be transported to a specific address in London. Alternatively, you could perhaps find someone willing to purchase it as a curiosity. And if you knew what was inside, you might be able to command a higher price. Let's see when Captain Whitlock acquired the box. Reparations. Captain Whitlock had it brought on board just before your ill-fated expedition to the Blue Kingdom. It was empty then, you know, because you saw the lid and the box carried on board separately and assembled in the hold. It's not empty now, it is sealed and even heavier than before. But you left for the Blue Kingdom shortly after the box was delivered and made no stops on the way. So whatever is inside the box now, Captain Whitlock found in the Blue Kingdom. I guess we can examine it. I'm not going to sell it. Closed fast. There are no carvings or inscriptions on it. The join where the lid meets the body is too thin to admit even a knife blade. Wow, it's closed pretty tight then. There are no holes by which light or air might find their way in. It is impossible to see inside without opening it. Even the keyhole has been engineered in such a way as to prevent peeking. The recess with the keyhole, though, as far as you can determine, that is a more recent addition to the box. The stone has been drilled and chiseled away to create space for a modern metal lock. And perhaps not. And we got one last thing, which is hire on crew, which might be my downfall, to be honest. Your voyages have grown perilous of late. Numbers and morale are lower than they were. Today, New Winchester is abuzz with rumor. The famous Tackety captain has turned tail and fled back to London, promised a generous pension and a full pardon in exchange for selling secrets. His crew are at a loose end and under a cloud of suspicion. They will ever find work again. Hire some of the turncoats' crew as replacements. No one else will have them for the cost of a round at the promise of days. They're yours. The problem with this is the more people we have, the less our supplies will be of use. So we're not going to deal with this, sadly. I guess let's look at ambition of wealth. It is not enough to be rich, blah, 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 blah. In order to retire in the manner to which you wish to become accustomed, you require two things: suitable property and the admiration or envy of your peers. These are the best security that money can buy. Purchase the governor's manor. The fortress, like Governor's Manor, towers above New Winchester. It has sat up empty since the blockade. This is the first step of completing an ambition wealth. I own no substantial property in New Winchester, and I need 5,000 sovereigns. That's a lot of monies, okay? I'm not sure if I can do that, but we can try. There's nothing else here for us. Actually, no. Is there? Hold on. Explore. We got shops. Got the bazaar. Do I want to go through all this? Ooh. Hold on. What is this? Hours for the circus ringmaster. Wanted. Up to 5 barrels of unseasoned hours. Delivered to the ringmaster. Polymer and plenty. Inconceivable circus. The reach. The inconceivable circus lies to the north of New Winchester. Select this prospect to claim it. Oh, these are both prospects. Seeds for Magdalene's. Magdalene's provides comfort and sympathy to the weary skyfarer. Its hosts will tell you any lie you will need to hear. Some of those lies require flowers. Okay. The amenable host wants up to 3 sacks of verdant seeds and will pay 80 sovereigns for each. That's a total of 240. Nice. Magdalene's lies to the southeast of New Winchester. I don't even know where I'm going to be able to buy that. Will I buy that at Victoria Market? No. Abraham's Engineering? Oh, I see now. So this is like all like the extra goodies and stuff you can get. Additional cargo bay is a pretty good one. Like there's a lot of stuff here for like upgrades and such, which we have 92. I was about to say we don't really have a whole lot. Victoria Market is for all this stuff, which we're gonna need. Looks like they only have this amount, and I don't think we need any of it. I see that we have 7 out of 12 for the hold. Wait, no. That's for the hold. That's not for... Oh, here it is. We have 4 fuel. Okay, so these are what we have then. Do we need more supplies, more fuel? We'll go with 1 of each. Why not? And this is to upgrade our trains. Which... Jeez. 19,500. That's a lot. So the bazaar, let's see here. This is for the 3 sacks of verdant seeds. Will they tell me where it's at? Okay. Can we reliably purchase at Hybras or the Lead Beaters and Stain Rod Nature Reserve? And then this one is, ours can be reliably purchased at Port Prosper and Lustrum, and mine from Sky Rocks in the Reach. Mined. Interesting. I guess we're gonna start with those. Do those at all have like a... Hold on, where's my journal? It's J for journal. Do they have a... Where are they at? Where are they at? Do they have like a timer? I don't see there's a timer on any of these. That's interesting. Okay. I will first go down to the southeast and try to do what I can down there. We're gonna undock. I would like to look at map. Chart is tab. So southeast would be over here. But I feel like they've changed some stuff for that. We're just gonna find out for ourselves. All aboard! Now we finally get some more gameplay, you know? I mean, technically it's all gameplay, but there's just so much stuff you have to do in the very beginning. It's kind of ridiculous. I think I'm gonna hug the side down here. See what happens. We got Bancroft's form, which we saw earlier. If I can point the correct way. It is so hard to shoot the opposite direction. Like, not shoot, but to run the opposite direction. Uh-oh, I went into that one. Got it. I learned from your experiences. Nice. Loot. The Tacti Scout is defeated. The Tactis favor scrappy, versatile engines that, when not skirmishing with company vessels, can serve double duty as traders, messengers, or transports. Scrap and scuttle the burning vessel. A section of the Scout's plating is intact. You could use it to repair some of the damage to your own hull or seize its cargo. The contents of its hold spill out through a ragged breach torn in the engine's belly. Let's go for it. Reclaimed. Tackities often carry natural resources they have hewn, farmed, or mined from the reach. Lengths of bronze wood, vessels of sticky chorister nectar, sacks of boisterous seeds, barrels of hours, freshly dug from some nameless sky rock. What did this one have? You now have 1 barrel of unseasoned hours. I have no idea what that means, but okay. We're going by Gabriel's archive. Oh. What? Take a faucet? What does that mean? Oh. Okay. Sure. Scared. You came close that day to death. It left its mark. I can get this stuff from it. A scandal. You were the gossip of London salons and the target of blistering editorials in the Gazette. Mad, they said. Bad, they said. Dangerous to know. And I can get either one of those. 15 minutes of fame. One of your works propelled you to brief, sudden fame. You heard that even the captivating princess said something offhand and complimentary about it as a salon. And you get this stuff. An interlude in red and gold. You lost your mind once. They put you in a splendid hotel managed by a cherry gentleman who would determine when you could leave. And then a spell in prison. The judge, stony-faced, condemned you to Newgate, the stalactite prison of Old London, which, if I remember correctly, Old London was from Sunless Sea, and you had to get to New London, if I remember correctly. I mean, technically, you were supposed to find out what happened to your dad and all this stuff. Anyways, what did the winds of fate hold in store? I can get either one of these, and they will give me all this other stuff down here. I kind of want to do this one. I get his moment of inspiration or Bohemia. I have no idea what Bohemia is, to be honest. You know, I think of Bohemia Rhapsody, but that's a different thing. Let's continue. Okay. You flourished like a rose in the sun. Some said it went to your head, that it changed you. Of course it did. Isn't it that the point? You blossomed in fame, and when it went away, you withered. And that's for Bohemia. Your associates among artists, authors, poets, and dreamers. Or you withered and fled. Fame was never the goal. Celebrity only interfered with your work. You became a recluse, spurning the invitations and ignoring the doorbell. Moment of inspiration. It is good to love many things, for therein lies the true strength in what whosoever loves much performs much and can accomplish much, and what is done in love is well done. You can acquire these from Sweet Jane or the Toll Tower. We're just gonna go with this one. Oh, it's like a, I mean, it says your history, right? It's like a history book. I think about the name for a second. Chugga. I found out also bottom left it says what the time is, the dates and everything. Ooh. Whoa, what was that? Was that loading? Hold on. What was the button for launching your scout? F? There they go. There's a port up there, it seems. Ooh, there's a legend. Current location. Oh, this is the Reach Albion. Oh my goodness, there's so many maps. So there's a question mark there. Let's go to that question mark. Your scouts reports a successful expedition. Well, they never got shot down, so that's good. Lights in the distance. A stoker begins to sing a ballad about the chimneys of New Winchester. I'm assuming that guy's a good guy. Something tells me they're not good. Maybe? I don't know what that guy's doing on the far left side. What is this place? Oh, it's Attack the Scout. A stopped clock. The fastidious inspector approaches you in the galley. Captain, good day. I noticed your ship's clock had stopped. Perhaps you'd permit me to repair it? She has a little case of tools and a hopeful expression. For a minute, you prefer things to be right more than twice a day, or decline. You pay engineers to deal with that sort of thing. We'll permit it. An opportunity for conversation. She gives a grateful flicker of a smile and sets to work. Soon she has the back off the clock and has spread tiny cogs across the galley table. Obscure horological tools gleam brassily among them. Everything has a place. I appreciate the opportunity to keep myself busy. Staring too long at the stars is harmful to the temperament. The fastidious inspector is attempting to fix your locomotive's clock. Okay. The fastidious inspector has a round face, brown eyes, and short, dark hair. She gives the impression of being perpetually busy. Inquire about her work. What are the duties of an agent of the horological office? Discuss the reach, the wide wild frontier, a sunless domain, but impossibly verdant, with gargantuan vines, cathedral-sized bronze woods, and livid fungal archipelagos. compliment her skills. Her hands are deft and sure. She polishes, she cleans, she reassembles. Or bid her a good evening. You've work to do. That's like saying, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to know that you're here. I'll be in my captain's quarters if you need me. Let's discuss the reach, I guess. Far from home, it has an uncouth splendor, but I miss Albion in the steady light of the clockwork sun. These sunless reaches are so misty and quiet. She pauses, but critical. The territories here are rich with raw hours, and enough vegetation grows on them to feed the whole of London, even if some of it is in a dubious shape. Let's ask about the hours trade. Why not? The tangles of time. Oh, hours have more uses than that. We use them to increase the efficiency of work worlds, to speed journeys to distant regions, to resolve overcrowding in prisons. It does make my life more difficult when time knots and stretches like wool on the loom, more difficult but more vital. Her Majesty seized a great trove of them when she assumed the throne of hours, and now even more have been found in the reach. Miners dig them from the ground. She looks momentarily wistful. I hope someday to retire with a modest pension of years myself, to prolong the better part of my retirement. Ooh, we could talk about the war. Yeah, sure, why not? Whoa, there's more stuff. The reach is torn by discontent between London loyalists and the more independent settlers. There are those who feel that London is a long way away, and that they do a better job of governing themselves. The frontier attracts independent spirits. We call them tackities. For the hobnail boots that are so practical out here, London unsurpassingly disagrees. The Windward Company earnestly represents Her Majesty's interest in the region, sometimes very earnestly indeed. The tackities call London's loyalists stovepipes for our hats, I suppose. She avoids looking at you. And you, Captain, where did you sympathies lie? With London, you remember your heritage and the queen who led you to the skies. With the tackities, these are new lands. Why should old rules or old masters hold sway? Or you feel no loyalty to either side. Perhaps you'd rather be left alone. Perhaps you are undecided. Perhaps you see the conflict as an opportunity. So what are these called? The tackities are the independent spirits, and then the London, the stovepipes are London loyalists. I think I'm going to go with London on this one. I mean, these are new lands. Technically, this is how America was founded, but, kind of. Sort of. Oh, you feel no loyalty. Let's go with London. Glad to hear it, she says. Inquire about her work, discuss the reach, compliment her skills, bid her a good evening. Unlock when you have the Festius Inspector. I guess we'll compliment her. Thank you, she says, a small embarrassed silence. It's possible the inspector is pleased. It's rather hard to tell. Bid her a good evening. You've work to do. And to you, Captain, I think I shall make a cup of tea. I need to go south. Why is there a... Oh. It's just telling me, oh, you could do this now. I'm like, okay. The reason why I complimented her, I was hoping that she would, I guess similar to like how my captain is, of how it has certain points and stuff. I hope that it would speed up the process a little bit more. That's my thinking, at least. It's kind of weird, though. The skies here is cold and watchful. Watchful? I don't like the sound of that. I feel like I'm gonna get lost in the middle of nowhere. Havenwood looks like a town, but I can't port there. This game reminds me so much of Sunless Sea, though. Where am I at? Am I still south? South, yeah. Let's start heading west. East, I mean. You approach the memorial to the unknown rats. One by one, your crew remove their hats. Okay. Onwards! I see that my skull on the bottom left keeps growing and it keeps emanating down there. I'm not sure why that's the case. The follows! We're running low on supplies. I'm noticing that fuel isn't going to be the problem with supplies. I think we're heading up onto it shortly. I could use my supplies and have my bat go out there and find it, but... Can we stop at Magdalene's captain? A stoker pleads, we've been too long in the sky. The impertinence. Don't tell me I have to beat this guy up too. Well, ran away. Depends, where's Magdalene's at? It's supposed to be close by, right? And all that talking, now my voice is like, ugh. It happened the same way with Sunless Sea. I forgot of how much reading is involved. The problem with Sunless Sea was I didn't know where a town was nearby, and several times I needed like food or fuel. There was just nothing there. We're close to a town. Addison or Wick. An abandoned signal box. This signal box has been blasted by weapon fire. Despite the holes, the shattered tiles, the fractured beams, it still has enough structural integrity for you to climb inside without risk. It was made with care and pride. Inside, beneath a desk covered with rusted levers, is a luggage trunk. Captains in dire need can borrow from the cash inside, but custom dictates that they must later replenish it. Read the ledger. Captains who withdraw from the cash should note their name and ship, what they took. Occasionally they add antidotes. You will gain a vision of the heavens or sky stories. Read the cash. A captain who takes from a cache must later replenish it. This may mean enemy aids enemy, rival secures rival. Better that than bad luck. Leave. This place was a folly. Already nature strives to claim it. It's not a place to linger. Let's read the ledger. A recent entry. The handwriting is poor but legible. Captain Smith deposited materials for hull repair. There is a column for miscellaneous notes. The captain writes of a homestead their locomotive passed when journeying from Port Avon. The buildings were in the style of old London. The nostalgia brought the crew together after a near disastrous encounter with a cloister bee. And I gained 2 sky stories. The signal box has been blasted open. Let's raid the cache. The luggage trunk is sturdy and vast, large enough to have held a modest family's worldly goods on the journey through the avid horizon. Left here, it still serves those braving the wilderness. Close the trunk. The cache is depleted. Someone has come before you and taken whatever it contains. Perhaps in time, they'll come back to refill it. Till then, there's nothing for you here. Let's leave. Away. The stokers work vigorously. This place makes them yearn for the righteous camaraderie of New Winchester. Still the same one. Onwards! Something tells me I missed it along the way. Let's start heading up north. Northwest and see if we can catch it. A peace and quiet. Another scared casualty of the interminable Winchester War. A wreck. The wreck gleams with frost. Its windows are dark. Its engine silent. Perhaps something of value lies within. Entered through the yawning tear in the hull. The damage is so extensive that the whole chassis is on the verge of collapsing. Tread carefully. I have a 26% chance of success. Mourn the dead. It is proper, or leave the wreck untouched. Let's mourn the dead. A farewell, a simple ceremony, doffed caps, a few words, a gloomy silence, but it helps. The only decency in the skies is that we bring ourselves. The terror has your terror has fallen. I don't want to go through that. That's 26% chance of succeeding. Cantankerous have buried into the mossy walls. Your signaler orders double shifts on watch. So instead of it being like open, there'll be windows opened up to tell you what's happening. It's just in the background. Glory Cross. Ooh. Can I mine that rock? It glows. Requires mining. Well, I could if I would. Well, I could if I had it. Where we're at now. Feels like we're heading closer. I'm not sure where this town is at, but we're gonna find it eventually. One supply remains. Your bridge windows fogged with recent steam trails. This place is well frequent. Ooh, think we found it. New port captain, your crew crowd to the windows. Magdalene's, yay! The house of small comfort. Magdalene's is the closest thing many skyfarers have to a home. It offers services to alleviate the strain of a life spent too close to the stars. Magdalene's house of small comfort. The glass spires of Magdalene's pierce the clouds like swords. The oniric chambers treat your nightmares. For some cases, of sleepless nights lost in formless terror, of persistent night terrors and elusive dreams, more severe treatment are required, and the soulless chambers treat your terror. The skies are full of terrible wonder. I need to go to shops. Beatrice exchange. I need... How much money do I have? I have 32. I have to sell... one fuel. Wait, no. Is there anything in the bank? No. I have to sell one fuel that I bought previous, just to buy one supply. The bazaar. So I need to find these and then give it to Magdalene. Where would I find... I'm assuming I'm supposed to find these in another area, which makes sense. What does this one do? The glass spires of Magdalene's pierce the clouds like swords. Shadowed figures can be seen moving through the gleaming corridors, their identities obscured by the hued glass. Crowds of skyfarers, ministry officials, and merchants mill about the forecourt in varying degrees of distress. All watch the clock set in the great clock tower, waiting for their appointed hour. So... this will... Ooh, port report. I remember this now. Magdalene's is a popular destination. Someone will no doubt be interested to know how things are here and who has been seen here. Always gotta go with the port report. Magdalene's is a buzz with activity. Barely has the clock chimed, then a clamor goes up at the front desk. Guests rushing to and from appointments. Lord was seen in conversation with the amenable host. The east wing was closed for general access all day. A certain distinguished admiral was seen with his second in command entering one of the chambers of regret. Several guests succumbed to an excess of sentimentality and were forcibly removed. To earn rewards, hand your port reports in the indurate veteran or the prudent secretary. They are normally found at Victory Hall and Company House, docks near New Winchester. However, they can move as the war in the breach progresses. Interesting. They're not there. I don't want anything to do with this place. I don't think I need anything else. But I do need is to figure out where this place is at. Coming through. Coming through. Okay, there's nothing up here. Should I help in this fight? Question. Oh gosh, what is this? Enduring Dreadnought HML Fairhope. Okay, yeah, I don't want anything to do with this. I'm gonna take my leave. A carmine glow burns in the dark. Magdalene's where you can buy comforting lies. Birkin's Court. Copes? Cops. Cops, eh? Oh, this game is quite interesting. Long range. There we go. Chugga, 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 chugga. The Reach Marauder is defeated. For the defeated Marauder, to the victor the spoils. The crew of the Marauder lie dead in the corridor, killed not by your guns, but knives and small arms fire. The only survivor is the captain, locked in the brig with a bottle of brandy. Chalk eyes stare back from every wall. When he ran out of chalk, he began scraping them in with his fingernails. Little remains of them, but blooded stumps. Seen this before, Captain, says a crew member, grasping your arm. Sky madness. Magdalene's can treat it if you can bothered to take the poor sod. Bring the poor fellow on board. The high wilderness is cruel. This could easily be you one day. This will begin a short quest. Or put him out of his misery. A single bullet will do. I mean, we're right there. Let's do it. Your crew wrap the sky maddened captain in blankets, then secure them tightly with belts. It takes 4 to transport him safely to your locomotive. He might not be happy restrained, but it should keep him from harm until you get him to Magdalene's. Magdalene's lie to the southeast of New Winchester. The captain's secured. You have a moment to see whether there's anything of worth on his locomotive before abandoning it to the wilderness. Yeah, Tale of Terror. Sometimes that's not good. You prepare to board the buckled wreckage, poised to plunder the plunderers. Behind you, someone is humming a song of victory. Let's loot the hole. What could it be? A solid crate, stamped and carefully sealed. It is heavy as a dead man's weight. Let's figure out. A windfall. I gained another barrel of unseasoned hours. Total of 2 now. All right, back to Madeline's. Yes. We're not that far away either. I didn't want to come back here either. Did we miss it? Yeah, we did. It's the inertia. And then I have to remember when I'm facing like down for my ship, my controls are inverted at that point, so I have to figure it out. I know, we're getting there, okay? Jeez, peeps, jeez. What do we get if we give this person to Magdalene's? I'm assuming I'm supposed to go to here? No. Over here then? No. I'll go here then. Deliver the Sky Madden captain. You rescued him from a defeated marauder. Here he can get help. Let's see what happens. Treatment. The nurses bring a stretcher to carry the Sky Madden captain from your train. He will receive the care of Magdalene's finest, at least Magdalene's finest, with a sense of charity. Given that he has nothing on him to pay for their oh gosh. Administrations. I delivered him. No longer aboard. I got vision of the heavens. My terror has fallen, and I gained 100 experience. Though, you know, at least I didn't have to spend any money for him. That's great. Perhaps not. And out we go. Actually, no. Hold on. I don't think we have any more money, do we? Yeah, we only have two cents to our name. The terrors are at 4%, which is great. That's what you want to do in these type of games. To go back around. I forgot that we went around Perkins Cops. I only got one more supply, and it's blinking red. Which means I have this supply, and then once it runs out, I have one more bar, and I'm basically done for. I shouldn't have helped that marauder, that captain. That's what a good Samaritan would do, right? Well, at least a good person. The deliverance. The detritus of yet another skirmish in the Winchester War. A wreck. The wreck gleams with frost. Its windows are dark. Its engines silent. Perhaps something of value lies within. Enter through the shattered windscreens. The steel of its chassis is mangled, but the bridge appears largely intact behind its broken windows. 64%. Let's go for it. Uh-oh. You don your sky suit. Your driver pulls your locomotive alongside the wreck. Close enough for you to leap the gap. You squeeze with difficulty into the starlit bridge where frozen figures sit at stiff attention. The dead bridge crew. Mustaches bristle with ice crystals. You pick a careful path between them. Something at the far end of the room has caught your eye. 15 added terror. A distressingly odored barrel. No one is keen to get close. You pry the lid off. Dear God, what the blazes? Your navigators pokes the thing inside with a big stick until assured that it's dead. Oh, I got one uncanny specimen. Uh-oh. 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 Yeah, that's what you get. I'm hitting this thing with a lot of missiles. There it is. Actually cannons, really, but... I need to loot the hole. Let's see what's in it. I got more monies. That's great. Not enough for a supply, but it's great. Newly minted coins fall with a heavy thud from the upended sack. Bright imperial sovereigns, her renewed majesties, many faces glare up at you. There is a town nearby. What is it? Barcelaire's Folly? Well, that's not the port. I think I need to head back to Winchester. Where am I at? What is that? Horror. Something tells me it's right down here. What is this? Wonder. Something tells me it's right here, over here. I'm gonna go for the guaranteed and go back to Winchester. And see. Clamor of the new Winchesters can be heard on the wind, familiar as a disagreeable uncle. Okay. Winchester, I need you, bro. Otherwise, I'll be stuck out here forever. I don't want to be stuck out here forever. Can I sell those things I grabbed? I don't even know what they're called anymore. We're gonna find out, though. Howdy, dudes. How's it going? Sorry, it's been a while. I've been busy. No problem, no problem. What can we do here? A scrubbed clerk begs a moment of your time. I represent Holidays? The banking house? I guess we can find out. Oh gosh, more reading. Blah, 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 blah. I promise this will take only a moment of your unquestionably valuable time. He produces a folded contract with the flourish. We hear promising things about you, sir. Very promising indeed. We would like to extend our services. We provide a secure solution for the storage of your assets, absolute discretion and steadfastness until death and beyond. We require only a signature. Sign your name. The offer is entirely complimentary, I assure you. At Holidays, we measure ourselves by the quality of our clientele. This will unlock a bank vault, allowing you to store and withdraw items at any hub port. Heck yeah, sign the name. Where is the dotted line? There it is done. I am certain that this represents the beginning of a long and warm relationship between ourselves and your lineage. May it endure. I bid you good day, sir. You may access your bank in the central port of any region. You will find it in the list of areas on the left-hand menu when docked. Select the transfer items between your hold and the bank. You will be able to access the contents of your bank from any hub port. If your captain dies, the contents of your bank will be inherited by your next captain. That's nifty. Okay, where's the shop? Shop. I need a bank. No, not really bank. I need to know how can I sell these? Victoria Market, selling 80 per. Do I need that for any of my tasks? Journals, trading opportunity. No, that's not that one. This one. Here, any opportunities to acquire trade goods via unusual means, they will appear here. Those two are complete. Can I like get rid of the completed ones? I need to go here. I'd like to go here to... It says more south. Yeah. Okay, we're going to have to sell both of these. Get rid of the journal. Because I need this stuff. I need is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. That sounds right. Fuel doesn't burn faster than the supplies. It's like a 2-to-1 ratio. Let's head on out from New Winchester. Now let's start to find where this port is at. I feel like I shouldn't have spent that 1 extra fuel. I was being more cautious. We're going to head down to here where we missed a spot and go from there. Thankfully, we took out those marauders, and those marauders gave us some monies to help out. So we're good. It's definitely an exploration game for sure. You have to like keep track of where you're at, how much time you have to spend in certain areas, how long it would take you to go from point A to point B, and basically resources. It's a resource heavy game. Not for the computer, but for trying to figure out where to go and what to do and to survive. I would classify this game as a survival game for sure. These are the borders of the Queen's March, first step in the long journeys to Albion. Something's glowing over there. Cautious driver, is that? No. It's slightly different from the one I crashed into. Gosh. A homestead. Sailors who live so far beyond the edge of civilization relish the hardships of solitude. They will fiercely defend their small territories, but occasionally welcome company and trade. You set down in a large but roughly built homestead. The owners rush out to greet you. Delighted with your timing, they're just about to prepare dinner. Eat your fill. The homesteaders welcome you to their repast with a toothy smile. If you are starving, this will buy you some time. Starving. Oh, for supplies. Eat nothing and leave. The homesteaders have plenty to share, they assure you repeatedly. Let's eat my fill, I guess. Let's see how this goes. Rich and fresh. The homestead has a remarkably well-stocked meat larder. A surprise given that their livestock consists of a single mangy goat. The meat is gamey and rich, seared and salted with a thick slice of bread, and makes a delicious meal. My terror has fallen, which is great. Every morning, every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. Okay. I guess that helped. Oh, there's another beacon over here. Could this be the port? No, it's Havenwood. Did I like miss it somewhere? Am I supposed to go like to the Wonder area? We're gonna hug this coast though, and then we'll go find out what that Wonder is. Not bad for a start though. Like, we could have died already. This game is unrelentless. Sorry, it's relentless. It just does not stop. When there's one problem that occurs, there will be like 5 more to follow. That's what I learned from Sunless Sea. One thing I'm grateful for is that I'm not saying my S's with Z's all the time, though. Because that's exactly what happened in Sunless Sea. Inscription on the memorial to the unknown rise dedicated to those brave Radis Faber who gave their lives in the early exodus to heaven. Well, that's what the wonder is. We're gonna go further down. It said south, southeast. So I'm assuming if I go straight down, straight south, I will find it eventually. Also, my terror has now reached an all-time low of 1%. That feels good, not gonna lie. I think the fuel to supply ratio isn't a 2-to-1. I thought it was. I mean, that's how it felt like in Sunless Sea. But I guess in Sunless Skies, it's more like a... two to 1.5. Oh, we got another one. Another black box. Think. No. Okay. My bat friend. Man, that used a bit of my supply. Report from your scout is found something. There's a question mark over there. Okay, onwards. Push forward. If there's no wall here. There's kind of a wall here. I wonder if there's a horn. Is that like H? No, that's the hole. Something tells me I cannot get over to that town on that left side. Tab, we have reached the end of the world. Now it's just trying to scout out throughout the edge. See what we can come up with. Not a bad game though, I'll tell you that, so far. It's definitely not what I was expecting, but it was. Because I played Sunless Sea before, and we have the whole entire series and such, but it's similar, but it's not. Distant searchlights rake the sky. What is this place? Oh, is this the port? Yeah, we finally found the port. Where is it at? Wow. Sure. It's just south and southeast. The Mornington Abrathat span. Get in the dock. All right, we're here. We're here. Recruit the incognito princess. Okay. Perch atop a mountain of luggage. Let's first explore the Port Prosper. Always go with the port report. Well, let's read this first up here. Its narrow streets huddle in the shadow of a great crag. Banners display the stony features of her renowned majesty. Wealthy West Inders strut by exchanging polite greetings and veiled gossip, while sooty East End workers file to the hour refining factories. Peeling peeling posters promise fresh, wholesome lives in the reach to new arrivals, but most of the posters are years old. More newcomers arrive at Port Prosper than ever leave it. But at Port Report, very little happens on Port Prosper, but someone might take an interest. The factories continue to belch out smoke, while over the bridge, hopeful crowds gather outside the Admiral Nelson. Lovers can be seen strolling arm in arm along the promenade at a respectable distance from their chaperones. There was a brief protest outside the Windward Company factory, swiftly quelled. The scones at the Nelson were as good as ever, though the piquancy of the jam was less than might be desired. No idea what that means, but the to earn rewards, blah, 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 we have gained... You unlock this by having no report prospers. All right. I can attend a parade. I guess so. I think I'm not going to, actually. My voice is like, ah. Okay, deliver the fastidious inspector. She disembarks with her bag in hand and peers up at a clock tower that is being raised above the station. She disembarks with her bag, blah, 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 blah. It is tangled with scaffolding and rings with sound of hammers and the cries of workmen. Accept your payment. The inspector will depart. Be sure you've held any conversation with her that you wish to. You will receive fuel and supplies in addition to a sum of money. Ensure you have 6 spaces in your hold before accepting. Dang. Yeah, let's do it. A satisfied customer. Thank you, Captain. Here is the balance of our agreement, and as promised, a requisition order for fuel and supplies. She casts another glance at the incomplete clock tower. Given the apparent state of construction, I'd recommend you visit the work site. There may be an opportunity there. And thank you for the pleasant conversation, Captain. The sky can be a lonely place. You enlivened it. I have included a small additional sum in your remuneration as a token of my gratitude. Man, English is tough these days. You've gained 3 fuel. I've gained 3 supplies. You've gained 150 sovereigns, gained 60 experience, and the inspector has departed. Continue. They plan to call it the Albert Clock in memory of the departed prince consort, but there's a way to go yet. The roof isn't finished, and the clock neither ticks nor bongs. You can see the fastidious inspector up among the workings with a spanner and a can of oil, showing the workmen how it's done. Wow. Ask the horse foreman what they need. Perhaps you can secure it. Take your leave. You've other business, or deliver the materials. A cheer from the scaffolding. The foreman beams. An angel bringing gifts. Actually, you point out you'll be needing payment. Need a bronze wood and gourd of Chorister nectar. I guess we can help. Instructions. Bronze wood, the foreman wheezes bluntly. 1 consignment. They sell it at Trader's Wood in polymer and plenties, I hear. And a gourd of Chorister nectar, too. This bunch of work-shy ingrates need constant shouting at, and my voice has given up the ghost. Some nectar should have me bellowing again like a champion. Corillon Corellian's your best bets. There or Titania, the flower town, will pay like... if you can purchase the necessary goods and return them to Port Prosper, you'll make a tidy profit. Be warned, the materials aren't cheap, and they'll occupy space in your hold. Continue. Okay, is that now in my tasks? Journal. Yeah, it is. But they don't tell me where they're at. Ugh. I mean, technically he tells me where it's at, but I have to remember that. Transport to settlers. Recruit the incognito princess. The Parseminous chairman's offices. Offices of the Windward Company on Port Prosper are elegantly appointed if antiquated. Ask about the Albion Transit Relay. The Albion Transit Relay lies in a cul-de-sac close to the Port Prosper dock. And then the clock tower. I don't know. I'm gonna end the stream here, guys. It's been a little bit over 2 hours. I'm gonna, I guess, wait on this for some time. Whenever we want to come back to this game, just future Garrett will have to do something about this. We did get the fuel. We did get the supplies. We don't have the health, but that's okay. Bazaar. Are you serious? Oh, this is I can buy it. Oh, okay. I don't need that. Though, actually, this is cheap. I can sell this for 80 and get a profit of 25. That's cheap. Actually, wait, hold on here. Yeah. I can buy it for 55 and sell it over in whatchamacallit, Winchester. And we can get a good profit off of it, but I think that's gonna do it today, guys and gals. Is there a way I can save this? Save and exit. Sure you want to save and return to the title screen? Yes. It's an interesting game for sure. Will I say how much was this game, by the way? Don't tell me I have to open up Steam. I do not want to open up Steam. Reopen close tab because it was the last tab. Nope. Reclose the previous close tab. Nope. Reclose previous tab. Nope. That apparently not. Okay. Sunless Skies. It's an interesting game, though. I'm pretty sure this is what, like $25 or something like that. How much is it? How much is it? I don't want that. $25 for the game. To be honest with you, I'm pretty sure when this game first came out, it was like $30, maybe 40. Maybe it's always been 25. But this does have like all the bells and whistles to the game, I think. The one thing I'm concerned about, well, not really concerned, I guess, would probably be my eyes bleeding, because I would have to be staring at this game quite a long time. They don't really say what's all in it. Maybe because is Sunless Skies like Sunless Skies the original, or is it just Sunless Skies Sovereign Edition? And they want to make it seem like it's brand spanking new. Anyways, $25. I can't say for certain if it's worth it. I mean, there's like what, 3-4 different worlds. There's how many did it say here for? Hold on, I'm on Steam's page. It says 800,000 plus words of intertwining stories with a deep and richness unlike anything else in games, inspired by C.S. Lewis, which is a pretty good author, if I have to say so myself, Jules Verne, H.P. Lovecraft, and H.G. Wells. I don't know. It says 4 regions. It seems interesting. You have the real-time combat, which is I really like quite a bit, to be honest. You have to basically, your choices matter a lot, and where you want to go is up to your discretion, I guess. I mean, that's how Sunless Sea was, and Sunless Skies is no different in that way. So I would have to say recommended, maybe on sale. I did get this game for free on Epic, so there is that, but recommended if on sale, though. Anyways, thank you all for watching this live stream. Back to the video. If you're new here and you want to see more of this, consider hitting that subscribe button followed by a notification bell icon, as well as like the video. If you want to see more of Sunless Skies, or rather, if you want to see more of Indiefall in the next few weeks, we will have 4 more games to go through. And when October is done with, well, there's no more Indiefall, sadly, but we'll be hopefully back next year for more Sunless Skies, for more Indiefall stuff. And let me know what your guys' thoughts are for any indie games in the future to go for, to try out. Why not? And I will consider those and see what I can do. Thank you all for watching this live stream. Back to the video. We'll see you next time on Sunless Skies Sovereign Edition. Sure. And God bless you all. Bye-bye.